Hey guys, in this video I'm going to walk you through how we keep all of your images and orders and data organized using hhschools time sync match workflow. So the first thing we want to do is create the project in hhschools where we're going to choose which package group we want to use as well as the data that we've got from the school that we're going to be importing into the project and referencing once we associate it with all the images. So here we can match all of the images to that data. And now we're ready to come in and print the camera cards for that order. So the camera cards, we want to have them sorted how the students are going to be coming down to photo day. So you can see here I'm setting this to grade, teacher, and last name, and I want them page broken at the end of each teacher. So we'll fill up a full page, and when we get to the end of the class, it will stop and then start a new page afresh for the next class. We also want to print off some blanks for any walk-ups, mistakes, any gotchas. It's nice to have a few extras on hand here. And so now we're going to calculate 15% of that would be 16 cards in this case. So that's a good rule of thumb, is to have that 15%. Lastly, if you're going to be scanning, entering any flyer orders, any offline order form orders, the great thing about time sync match is you can scan these package barcodes to enter in all of your flyer orders so that you can make that just as easy as scanning your individuals. So now we're at the shoot here. I'm going to scan the barcode that represents that student, scan the package they ordered from the order form, and then take however many images are needed of that student. When the next one comes up, I'll just grab their card, scan the barcode for that person, scan the packages they've ordered. In this case, there's a couple of duplicate packages there, so you can scan each of those twice, and then take those photos. And then also I want to show you what happens. We like to print those walk-ups, those blank cards on a different stock so that when you're looking at a whole stack of them, it's easier to flip to those images, flip to those cards so that whenever it comes time to enter that order, you're not flipping through a bunch of cards. You can jump to the one that you need to enter that information for this missing student. So now we're back in the project. Let's bring those images into the software here. So I'm going to go and grab this camera of images that I photographed, select all those images, click open. And I'm also going to grab the scanner file that I've downloaded from that scanner and import that. It'll ask me to confirm the slate image, which is what I use to synchronize this. And you can see here, I was able to sync that, match 225 of those images. And now we can see all those images with their information associated here below. You can also see all those packages that I was able to scan in here. And now I'm entering in that missing student information from that salmon card. I would do that for all those salmon cards, and then we're ready to cull the images. So now we want to see any subjects that have more than 2 images, 2 or more. And so here we're going to start filtering down to keep only those images we want. The rest of these images aren't permanently deleted. They're moved into the recycle bin so that they can keep organized. This is a great example of what happens when there is a subject that comes back to the camera twice. You can see all their images together. And I'm going to go through these rather quickly so that we can move on to the next step here. Now we want to import all of those online orders. So any prepay online orders that have come through, we've got those downloaded from Mago, and we're going to import those now. We're using, you can see here all the headers matched to make sure that we've got all the right information going to the right areas. And now you can see all the automatic matches will be loaded, and then we move into the questionable matches. So these are the ones where we want you to confirm that this is the correct order representing the correct person. Once that's complete, then you'll be able to return to the edit project screen, and you'll be able to start sending those images off to the lab. So now, while we're still working on finishing up the order, we can go ahead and get these images off to the lab so that we can start doing some parallel processing to color correct and knock out those images if needed. Here's where we're uploading any custom studio provided graphics, so things that you've created unique for this school or project that we can incorporate into the designs of those products. And now it's time to go in and start cropping these images. So we're going to use this first image, and we're going to use our crop forward tool to apply that one adjustment to every image after that. And that should speed up our cropping process significantly here. That pre-upload is complete, and so now we're able to finish with the rest of what we're doing, and at that point the images are already at the lab, and we just can move on to the rest of the project here. So now we're setting up the service item crop. This allows us to have a different crop on the service items and these other specialty products separate from the image crop that we're using for those 5x7s and 8x10 prints. And now when we get into these difficult crop products, we can see that cropping we did from that original print crops makes our lives a lot easier to set that crop and apply it forward. Here we're going to go in and we're going to add some information to all the images at the same time to make that efficient. Put in that school name there. And now we can come up to create that package order. Here's where we can come in and confirm all the details, the preferences on how we want it packaged. Do we want to have these in envelopes that are closed or open? We want to get these images uploaded online for any additional gallery sales to come in after the fact. Having them labeled comes in very handy for sorting and organizing, as well as a package insert to help parents know where they can go on and continue ordering. Here's where we can sort how the envelopes are going to come back to you or to the school to be delivered. And then that's as simple as that. We can hit complete and prepare where we're going to quick confirmation of what's about to be ordered. There's also a further report if you need more detailed information. And now you can click that check mark and the order is on its way to the lab.